study is about the Ford company that has first move advantage and how other companies are able to overcome Ford monopoly is a work car manufacturer. Ford Motor Company is an American multinational automobile manufacturer headquartered in Dearborn.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nur Hidayah binti Muhammad Noor and my metric number is S58204. How other car production company can dominate the market even though Ford has a first mover advantage? The first one is cooperative market. Cooperative market essentially involves understanding or an agreement between two companies, to promote or sell the other company's product and also sell their product. The company within the agreement to complement each other's service. Two companies join hands to promote each other by bundling product and service together lead to better exposure and return in the long run. The benefit of cooperative market is to ensure better result because everyone collaborates and add their idea and produces. In addition, the benefit of cooperative market is lower advertising costs. When marketing and advertising assets are shared through a cooperative market program, it reduces the brand creative expenses. Next is cooperative market is to make sure company growth. By driving sales and brand awareness, a cooperative marketing program can help both brand and channel partner growth. Strategy how other car production company to dominate the market is with collaboration. For example, Toyota Motor Corporation and Suzuki Motor Corporation announced cooperation through a capital agreement for a long-term relationship. The collaboration also involves collaboration in new areas such as autonomous driving. The collaboration also includes the joint supply of products to bring Toyota strength in electrification technology, and on Suzuki's side is compact car technology. Next, Proton Holding Berhad Strategic Cooperation with a number of foreign car manufacturing companies enable the country automotive company to produce better quality car. In addition to expanding the market internationally, Mercedes SLR McLaren is also a collaboration between Mercedes and McLaren F1. When this collaboration was made, the Mercedes company had a 40% stake in McLaren. The last one is Audi RS2. Before becoming partner under the Volkswagen brand, Porsche and Audi used to work together on a project called the Audi RS2. To compete with BMW, Audi has asked Porsche to produce a more powerful model than usual. Because Porsche was having financial problems at the time, they accept Audi invitation. In conclusion, the other car can be able to dominate the world market even though Ford has a first move advantage. The key to success for a business is a good and systematic marketing strategy. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum Dr. My name is Noala Natasha, metric number S58222. Okay, the first mover, a more significant advantage over the second mover and can also achieve a very significant scale, especially in the market. But in this situation, other car production company can dominate the market even though Ford company has a first mover advantage. The influence of oligopoly will be exerted in this situation. First, about price. When consumer believe that the price sold by the Ford company is cheaper than other company, it can increase in profit and car sale of Ford company. Other car manufacturers who want to gain a place in the market will produce car like Ford production by giving lower price to consumer. This will cause the Ford company to experience a decrease in its production demand. Second, about cost of production. For the oligopoly market, other car manufacturers need to check the price set by Ford to make it easy to determine cost in the industry. Other car manufacturing companies have reduced production cost to ensure consumer to to get low price car and increase the profit margin in the company. Lastly, about income electricity. When the income increase, it will increase the demand for Ford car, and consumer can afford to pay even though it's expensive. But if income decrease, consumer will switch to the Toyota company because the price of Toyota car is cheaper than Ford car. The Ford company will experience a decrease in demand because the Ford car interest rate and monthly payment are high. So price, cost of production and income electricity are the reason why second mover can dominate the market.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Noafina Bitramli and my metric number is S59753. This part going to explain the competition using Bertrand model. First of all, the first firm who entered the market with a new product, known as the first mover advantage, typically receive the advantage of improved brand recognitions, increased customer loyalty and even enhanced sales. Most businesses achieve a first mover advantage through the effective promotion and advertising that positions their product as the best option for customers when rivals ultimately enter the market. The market can be determined not only by price but also in terms of durability, design and performance of each firm's products. It is very normal for business to compete by focusing on pricing rather than quantities. The larger company, the more efficient it is. As a result, larger and fewer enterprises in the market should result in reduced pricing and more output. Corner model, Bertrand model, and stackable model are types of oligopoly markets. Oligopoly markets are those where there are just a few players, when firms offer diverse or homogeneous products, as well as when entry barriers are built-in or natural. The Bertrand model takes into account enterprises that produce the same product but compete on price and make pricing choices at the same time. The Bertrand model is an oligopoly model in which business manufacture a homogeneous item and each firm decide when price to charge based on the pricing of rivals. Assume two companies in an oligopoly where the two firms determine the price of their goods at the start of each period simultaneously. Customers buy from the firm who the cheapest rate because the items are technically homogeneous. If both businesses keep charging the same fee, half of customers will consider purchasing from both. Let the demand equation be given by QD equal to QDP. The Bertrand model is based on these statements, which is if P1 less than P2, then firm 1 sells QD and firm 2 sells 0. If P1 larger than P2, the firm 1 sells 0 and firm 2 sells QD. And the last one is if P1 equal to P2, then firm 1 sells 0.5 QD and firm 2 sells 0.5 QD.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Anis Zulaika Betty Muhammad Syukri and my matrix number is S59440. I will explain about dominant strategy between Toyota company and Ford company. According to the game theory, a situation where the first player hold dominant abilities irrespective of how their opponent may play is described as having a dominant strategy. That player has a overwhelming advantage over the opponent when all other factors remain the same. Regardless of the strategies used by the opponent, the dominant player will always have a final word. Players use a variety of separate strategies in game theory to improve their decision making in an effort to defend and to defeat the opposition. In oligopolistic market, the military, manager, customer, and in video game like the chess, player frequently adopt game theory as a tactical tool. According to game theory, the outcome of the actor vary according their choice. Some players are more lucky than other, enjoying an advantage. The term dominant strategy refer to the situation in which one of the participant, regardless of the opponent's employed choice of strategy, has a better method that always result in a winning outcome. First mover advantage refer to the phenomena where success is closely related to being the first company to enter the market. For instance, one of the earliest automaker to enter the market was Ford. In the 20th century, Ford company made the automobile more accessible by making it less expensive. However, despite Ford company having the first mover advantage in Malaysia, Toyota company have dominated in auto industry. Toyota company may use the dominant strategy to dominate the car market in Malaysia by using advertisement to attract people to buy their car. According to the table show payoff metrics for advertising game. Assume duopoly situation exist in the market. Toyota company and Ford company both make automobile at the same product and employ advertising to draw buyers. Each firm will be affected by the competitor decision. Therefore, the result of advertising decision between Ford company and Toyota company will recorded in the table above. It is assumed that if Toyota company and Ford company advertise at the same time, the result show the Toyota company will gain profit of 16, while Ford company will gain the profit at 11. The result show the both firm will choose to minimize cost and maximize profit. Therefore, it is evident that advertising is a dominant strategy for Toyota company. We may conclude that both companies are rational and that the game's theory result will be the both company will advertise. Due to the main strategies employed by the both company, this outcome may be easily determined. When each player has a dominating strategy, the result of the game will refer to as an equilibrium in the dominant strategy. Such matches are easily to analyze, since each player-based strategy can be determined without taking the action of the other player into account. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nova Kiramiti Raslima Elais Muhammad Noor and my metric number is S58722. A Nash equilibrium is a game theory concept in which the optimal outcome for the model is one in which no player has an incentive to change their decision after considering their opponent's decision. Assuming the opponent's strategy remain constant, the player would gain no advantage from deviating from the original action. Suppose there are two companies in the market. There is Ford company, which is the first mover advantage, and Toyota company, which is the company that want to dominate the market. Car manufacturing production are facing the prisoner dilemma, such as two rival manufacturing production, that is Ford company and Toyota company, operating from the same number of identical destinations. However, both companies are facing a similar problems, that is change in consumer preferences in the era of the financially constant economies. All other things being equal, a price increase by a competition will typically lead some customer to switch to another companies. For example, if Ford company raise price but Toyota company doesn't, Ford company will lose some customer overall. Table above show the maximizing the expected payoff Toyota company and Ford company. Toyota company could instead employ a strategy that maximizes its expected return if it is unaware of what Ford company will do, but is able to assign probability to each plausible action for Ford company. Let's say, for instance, that Toyota company believe that Ford company will invest with only a 10% probability of failure. The Toyota company anticipated return on investment in this example is 0.1 multiplied with negative 100 plus 0.9 multiplied 20 equal to 8 million. It expect to lose 9 million if it doesn't invest. So the Toyota company ought to put money into this. On the other side, let's say that Toyota company believe that there is a 30% chance that Ford company won't invest. When Toyota company invest, it expect to lose 60 million, while it expect to lose 7 million if it does not. So Toyota company will decide against investing as a result. We can see that Toyota company strategy severely depends on its evaluation of the likelihood of certain action by Ford company. Finding this probability could seem like a difficult task. Companies must frequently deal with uncertainty and make the best judgment they can based on the probability evaluation and expected values.
The theory of bargaining strategy is one of the branches that exists in the game theory that is involved with the analysis of bargaining problem with several parties. The bargaining strategy is a tactic and technique adopted by Honda and Ford companies during the negotiation process to achieve their goal and objective. Among the strategy involved such as understanding the needs and priorities of the other parties, having a clear understanding of one's own bottom line, good communication skill, being flexible and willing to compromise, and adapting one's negotiation style and approach throughout a cultural context. The table above shows the product decision between the two companies, namely Ford company and Honda company. Both companies manufacture two types of complementary goods. Let's say the Ford and Honda companies are negotiating to join a consortium of research that is being conducted by a trade company. The Honda company started it with joining the consortium if Ford company also agreed to manufacture car A. In this situation, the Ford company is indeed a priority to manufacture car A30, while Honda company is focused on the production of car B50. However, Nash equilibrium can be achieved if both companies agree to manufacture car B50 for Ford company, as it the dominant strategy, and car A70 for Honda company. The purpose of this strategy is to reach manually beneficial agreement and meet the requirement for the Honda company and the Ford company.
We must recognize that the personal dilemma we have described so far is limited. Although some prisoners may have one chance in life to confess or not, most films set output and price at the maximized profit. In the real life, film play a game of repetition. Actions are taken and rewards are received over and over again. In repeated game, strategies can become more complex. One of the strategy in repeated game is tit for tat strategy. All certain strategy will work begin against some strategy than others. The objective, however, is to find the most reliable strategy. This is one that should work best on average against all. Second strategy in the repeated game is infinitely repeated game. Suppose the game is repeated infinitely. In other words, competitors and Ford repeatedly set price month after month forever. Cooperative behavior is then a rational response for that strategy. Third strategy in the repeated game is finite number of repetition. Now suppose the game is repeated a finite number of times, say a month. If the competitors B is rational and believes that the film A is rational, he will reason as.
Assalamualaikum and hi doctor. My name is Nurul Anjamila binti Saleh. My matric number is 58817. I will present about situation game. A situation game is a game where participants take turns moving and reacting to one another activities. In two-stage game of one established leadership, one corporation get to move first. The second firm selects its idea output level after observing the first firm choice. In other words, players take turns making their action and aware of what their fellow players have done in execution game, which follow a strict order of play. For example, chess is the one game where this occurs. First move advantage, it can be seen that other car manufacturers also compete in the local market, such as Honda, Nissan, Toyota, and so on. In execution game, player move in turn and one firm set output before the other does. The key is to think through the possible action and rational reaction of each player. Therefore, the third company will start the game first and move in turn, responding to each other action and reaction. Third company has the potential to become a more environmental friendly company if it makes the right move because hybrid engine are more fuel efficient and emit less pollution than traditional gasoline and the diesel engine. Therefore, Ford has a fantastic potential to manufacture car and commercial vehicles that are fuel efficient. Ford, on the other hand, has a further option for creating car and commercial vehicles with electric engine. In this situation, it implies that players that move later in the game have more knowledge about other players or the world state action. This implies that first moving players frequently have an impact on the game. The extensive form of a game in sequential game is sometimes easy to visualize if it represents the possible move in the form of a decision tree. By making a concise list of the different players, their action and replies, and the decision maker respond to each, the decision maker can greatly reduce ambiguity in a sequential game. An organized way to keep track of this thing is provided by the game tree. This representation is called the extensive move in the form of a game and is shown in the figure 1. As we can see, the figure 1 shows the possible choice of Ford company to introduce hybrid engine and electric vehicle, as well as the possible response of the Toyota company to each of those choices. The resulting payoff are given at the end of each branch. For example, if Ford company produce hybrid engine and Toyota company respond by also producing hybrid engine, each company will have a payoff of -5. If Ford company were to maximize its payoff, it must consider how Toyota Motor company will react if it's moved up and how it will react if it's moved down. We know that the player who goes first in sequential game has a first player advantage. To find the solution to the extensive form game, work backward from the end. For Ford, the best sequence of move is the one in which it earns 20 and Toyota earns 10. Thus, it can deduce that it should produce the electric vehicle because Toyota best response is to produce hybrid engine. In conclusion, the company that moves first can select a high level of output, leaving it rival with a few options other than to select a low level. Therefore, Ford company has an obvious advantage in this product selection game by introducing the electric vehicle first, leaving Toyota company with a little choice except to introduce hybrid engine. That's all for me. Thank you. I will pass the presentation to my friend.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Atikah binti Cipsek. My matric number is S588722. 6.9. Our tema is discuss how two other car manufacturers can dominate the market even though Ford has a first mover advantage. Learn an analysis on this. My first slide is discuss the introduction. First mover are services or products that gain competitive advantage by being the first to the market a product or services. Second, being first usually allows the company to realize solid brand recognition and customer loyalty before competitors enter the scene. Third, other advantages include additional time to perfect a product or service and set the market price for the new item. 4. Advantage of a first mover company possess strong brand recognition. Obviously, the first advantage of a first mover company is the ability to have strong brand recognition. 5. Not only does this engender a fierce loyalty among existing customers, but it also attracts new customers to the company product even after competitors have entered the market. 6. Brand recognition also position the company to diversify its offering and services. Empathy trick. A credible trick or promise is a trick or promise by one player in a game to choose a strategy that is not guaranteed to make them worse off. In other words, it is a trick or promise to choose a strategy that is not irrational. The ultimate bargaining game. If player 1 is given $100 and told to offer player 2 at least $1, if the player 2 reject player 1 offer, neither player get any money. The first mover advantage is similar to the Zuckerberg model of oligopoly, where the leading firm has an advantage over the firm that follow. In many situations, it's paid to set the firm production level first before other firms in the industry can decide how many to produce. Game theory shows how many real firms set the production level in an oligopoly. Commitment and credibility. Refer to diagram 1. If the buyer goes first, they will choose low as they know that by doing so, the manufacturer will also choose low. This results in 50 million USD for the buyers and 20 million USD for the manufacturer. The manufacturer prefer the outcome height to height as their profit will increase from 20 to 40 million USD. In this situation, the Ford car manufacturer can treated the buyer by committing the product high quality car replacement only. Buyer will choose low if they do not believe the trade in an attempt to achieve result low and low. However, if the manufacturer can commit to a high quality strategy and prove to buyer that they will definitely choose high quality, buyer will choose high as well, and the manufacturer will reach 40 million American dollar.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nurul Najah binti Hamari, S58201, and I will talk about first mover first. First mover advantage is a notion from game theory that the first to enter a market can obtain a massive advantage. They have a huge advantage regarding, for example, brand name recognition, customer loyalty, and market share. We can use animal survival as an example. When a leopard hands down a zebra, it is the first mover and has an opportunity with the zebra. However, if there are hyenas nearby, the hyenas can grab the leopard catch and enjoy the benefits. Strategic trade policy used to deter or other car manufacturer can dominate the market also.
Ford is defined as a first mover and have the advantage. So how can we use strategic trade policy to make other car manufacturers can dominate market even though Ford has a first mover advantage? We will categorize Ford Corporation Company as a foreign company. Also the first mover, we put Toyota Company as the domestic manufacturer, and how they will be in control of the market. The government may play a significant role if a large portion of global trade consists of distinct products like manufacture with increasing returns to scale. In some situations, a preemptive investment subsidized or otherwise encouraged by the government can give a domestic manufacturer an advantage in international markets and so be an important instrument of the trade policy. This policy often takes the form of subsidies such as cash grants, loans with interest rates below market rates, assuring that a sizable amount of products would be purchased. This can be explained by the government encouraging domestic car manufacturers such as like Toyota to expand more quickly than they would otherwise, preventing or becoming a market leader despite Ford being the first to enter the market and having an edge. Such as a strategy function by posing a real danger to potential rivals, in this case Toyota versus Ford. If more companies enter, these big domestic companies will use economies of scale to meet global demand at low prices. Prices will be lower so that Toyota can turn a profit. In conclusion, other markets such as Toyota can overcome Ford as a first mover advantage by using strategic trade policy wisely. The impact of trade policy on growth has the potential to be more significant. This competition, whether in price or trading, shows how strategic trade policy can transfer profits from one country to another. However, keep in mind that a nation that follows such a policy risks provoking backlash from its trading partners.
Many factors that cause other company to dominate the market even though Ford is the company with first move advantage. We conduct research based on the game theory and competitive strategy. Based on the study, we analyze this study using game and strategy decision involving the study of non-cooperation and cooperative game. In addition, the dominant strategy and Nash equilibrium are also used based on the maximum strategy. We can conclude that being the first move does not always bring benefit.